I've honestly tried to film this video 5 separate times at this point, but I keep getting frustrated and sort of losing track. So let me just say what I actually mean. This video is going to be extremely negative. We need to kind of rant and roast the idea of the Game Awards, of Jeff Keighley, of how Hollywood keeps trying to interrupt the best moments of gaming. I want to discuss this because I do feel like it's becoming a problem that needs to be addressed. Right now, the entire internet is just basically critiquing the Game Awards from last night because while it was fun to watch, while the trailers, the reveals, the actual stunning stuff was extremely jaw-dropping, the awards part of the Game Awards was pretty much completely forgotten. And at this point, it's getting disrespectful. So let's talk about that. Hi, I'm DreamcastGuy, and you know what? I'll just say it. I'm a gamer before all else. I play games all day, every day. I mean, I'm pretty aware of the fact that not only am I going to be playing games for the rest of my life, but eventually, whenever I get sick and I'm in my deathbed, I'm pretty sure I'm still going to have a Game Boy Advance in my hands trying to play one last hacked save file of a Pokemon randomizer. Gaming is very important to me. So when I see it getting degraded and disrespected by somebody like Jeff Keighley, to me, it's an annoying thing. So let's talk about the Game Awards, but first I do want to say, obviously, last night I did do a reaction. I watched all 4 hours of it live on camera with you guys, and chat seemed to mostly enjoy it. It was one of those things where the stuff we got a chance to look at was extremely freaking cool, but the developers were treated downright terrible. Reveals like, obviously, the Sega announcement of a bunch of stuff like Jet Set Radio, Shinobi Golden Axe, all getting remakes. This is incredibly cool. I mean, I'm super happy about the new look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and even crazy stuff like Rise of Ronin. My issue is that this does not actually make up for the fact that the developers are not being given a choice. Even people winning the biggest, craziest trophies were given 30 seconds to talk about it. And somebody did the math and showed how much of the Game Awards is actually awards, and it's going to blow your mind. But real quick before we do that, let me thank the sponsor of this video, which is Raycon. Good audio is incredibly important. Whether you're listening to your favorite songs or jamming out on a cool podcast or playing some games, being able to hear the action is very crucial, especially for music lovers like us. And that's why I'm happy to be partnering with Raycon. Their everyday earbuds are fantastic. I use these things pretty much nonstop, whether I'm at the gym trying to lift some weights or I come home and I'm walking on the treadmill. These things are really essential for any audio lover, but I'm extra impressed by them because these are such premium tech products for such a great price, and they have literally tens of thousands of 5-star reviews. It's easy to see why Raycon has made such a big name for themselves with incredible audio. Their products like the everyday earbuds and everyday headphones, plus their new line of Raycon Home and Raycon PowerTech products, it's the kind of difference that you can just hear. This holiday season, you can get premium sound for a great price by using my coupon code. So if you go to buyraycon.com/dreamray, you'll get 15% off site-wide. Now, I have this as a pinned comment and also at the top of the description box. Click that, check it out. Seriously, it supports the channel, and these things rock. I mean, I'm definitely going to be buying a bunch of them to give to a bunch of my friends here as Christmas gifts. So if you're interested, once again, that's buyraycon.com/dreamray. All right, that sounds good. So throughout the entirety of the Game Awards, the part of it that I think a lot of us kind of accidentally fixate on is these reveals, because these trailers, I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Of course, this is what's most exciting, is that we tune in to see people get trophies and talk about the development of a game and stuff like that, but we do also tune in because we want to see the future of video games. The problem is that whenever these guys get to come up on stage, like Alan Wake 2 won a ton of awards last night, and that's well deserved. But Sam Lake, he doesn't exactly talk fast. He's a guy who comes up there and wants to talk about, the interestingness of how he made such a weird game. He actually won 3 separate awards. Him and the team got Best Art Direction, Best Narrative, and Best Game Direction. All extremely well deserved. I love that game so much. But the weird part of it is, when he started to do his speeches, they gave him literally seconds. They let him talk for 25 seconds. Now, the weirdness of that is because it definitely conveys that they're in a giant rush, but then later they let them do an entire dance number dedicated to Alan Wake 2. Now, I loved this. I'm actually obsessed with Alan Wake 2, so I'm glad they did the Hero of Darkness frickin' song and dance, but if you're in that much of a hurry, what's the dealio? Also, some people are sad that Spider-Man won nothing, but there was this super viral article that got put up this morning saying the Game Awards just needs to drop the act and become Winter E3. Let me show you something. This is something this guy just posted here 30 minutes ago and it blew my mind. Last night's award show was 3.5 hours long. It was 210 minutes. Interestingly, if you include the pre-show, the total runtime of awards, appearances, and speeches is just under 12 minutes. This is the speedrun portion. 19 awards ups it to about 4.5 minutes total. That means 8% of the Game Awards is actually Game Awards. Now, you can take that however you want. You can say, oh, these game developers, we already know their hard work. This is the age of social media. They can easily tweet about their thanks. My issue is that some of these people deserve to talk. I mean, some of these people are literally flying here from the other side of the globe. These are freaking like Swedish dudes, Finnish dudes. They flew here to talk about it. This is the Game of the Year award speech where they're talking about their good friend who died during development. What are we going to get here? Let's turn, a gigantic timer, and it starts to flash and say, please wrap it up. Imagine you're dedicating your most passionate piece of work, something you and your friends have been working on for years. They spent 6 years making Baldur's Gate 3. And beyond that, they use their own money. This is an independent game. It is privately done by these guys. And one of his best buddies who worked with him died before they got a chance to take the stage. Yeah, man, maybe let me get a minute to reflect on that. I'm starting to get extremely angry, and I'm trying to keep myself calm because I feel like this just sucks. It sucks that, Hideo Kojima is allowed to do a 7-minute bit where they talk about the future of cinematic experiences and they bring out Jordan Peele. And again, I like that. I think his new game OD looks extremely interesting. I'm a huge fan of both Hideo Kojima and obviously frickin' Jordan Peele, but this sucks. Why are we not allowed to celebrate the games? This is the Game Awards. I keep seeing literally tons of this. So the Game Awards doesn't talk about technically the numbers have been done. 10,000 people were fired this year in the gaming industry, laid off, not even fired, just people that made games and the companies decided that it was more cost effective to lay them off. None of those are being talked about. Then when the winners try to speak more than 10 seconds for the games they're celebrating, they're ushered off to make more money from ads. Now, make no mistake, all those trailers we watched last night, they were pretty good, right? I mean, they looked good, they were well-timed, they had good music, good graphics, but a lot of those were paid for. Those were paid spots. There's been some leaked pricing that technically they pay like $10,000 a minute. So, you release a decent trailer. I mean, Jeff Keighley's easily making millions and millions of dollars every night, which good for him. I mean, Jeff Keighley, I'm not trying to, secure the bag, buddy. My problem is the fact that why are we calling this the Game Awards? Here's another one that I've noticed people are particularly mad about is that they brought up legendary director of Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, up on stage to talk about his game. They gave him 25 seconds with a translator. This is insane. Award-winning creator giving a heartfelt speech that has to be translated into a different language is being told to wrap it up. Meanwhile, Hideo Kojima and his Hollywood friends get all the time in the world to talk about a clip that barely qualifies as a trailer. This is my issue, is that even if you want to be like, oh yeah, all those Hollywood people, they had a reason to be there. Timothy Chalamet, he mentioned the PlayStation 2 once. He can do the award for best game of the year. Oh, it's cool that, Anthony Mackie is there. Like all these celebs, all these Hollywood types. Simu Liu, I always forget how to pronounce his name. The Shang-Chi actor came on stage and made jokes for about 3 minutes talking about his broken foot. Literally, Hollywood star explaining his broken foot, 3 minutes. Hollywood stars making corny jokes, none of which are funny, 20 minutes. Hideo Kojima, 10 minutes. Preamble chat for a trailer we're about to see anyways, 2 minutes. Ads, 3 hours. Awards, 10 seconds. Mention of layoffs, nah. Now, I'll completely just capitulate and say, I didn't really expect them to acknowledge the layoffs. This is a corporate event. And a lot of times when business is good, you don't want to talk about business being bad. I get that. My issue definitely extrapolates to the rest of this. Why do we have so much Hollywood infesting every single gaming award show? I'll just say the math of this. The gaming industry is much bigger than Hollywood. I like movies. I watch a lot of movies. I study movies. I'm kind of one of those film junkie geeks. I got a lot of books in my closet actually about film study and how movies were made. But my issue is the fact that that's a separate thing. The gaming industry is bigger than Hollywood. Not just mathematically, not just profit-wise, literally. Sorry, I'm getting so frustrated. I'm losing my voice a little bit. That 4-hour stream kicked my ass. I'm gonna leave this in here so you can see I'm passionate about this. I'm literally losing my voice talking about this, but I feel like it needs to be said even if people get pissed at me about it. Hollywood is beneath us. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I mean, yeah, Chris Hemsworth gets stopped on the street more than Hideo Kojima, I'm sure. But my thing is that the gaming industry no longer needs to pretend to be like Hollywood's little brother. We've won. Gaming is bigger. Gaming is better. Gaming is more interactive. It's more impressive. It's longer. It's crazier. It's more daring. It's telling cooler stories than Hollywood has the balls to do. Why are we still filling up rosters of every freaking event with a bunch of Hollywood goofballs who always look incredibly bored and incredibly confused as to what the hell a video game even is? We have our own celebrities. We have our own guests. We already have stars that could do this better than these Hollywood yucks could. Excuse my anger. I just get mad about the fact that things aren't getting better. They're getting worse. I just keep thinking about the fact that like Anthony Mackie coming up here and just going on for 5 minutes with this stupid bit about, oh, I love you. I love you. Not only is that not funny, not only is that a huge use of time, they keep blasting that please wrap it up sign. What are we doing here, Jeff Keighley? Why are we even bothering to do this? What's the point of this charade? If we're really just supposed to think that video games are this supplemental hobby outside of movies, why are you doing this? Let me actually ask that question. Let's end off with this. Jeff Keighley, I do genuinely hope you see this video. Rushing through a bunch of awards. They didn't even let the person who did Best RPG, they didn't even let them give a speech. Best Indie Game doesn't get a speech. Best Accessibility. Okay, maybe that's a smaller category. They did get to a speech. My thing here, Jeff Keighley, is what is the point? There's an old question I heard, which is, what would you do if money was no object? It's a question I feel like is very age old. Every person needs to ask themselves that. What would you do if money was no object? To be honest, I'd be doing this. I would review games for $0. I would be here making videos. I mean, and I have been way before I ever got paid. I started out just filming videos with my cell phone and it happened to blow up. But I did it because I care about video games. I care about talking about this industry. What are you doing, Jeff Keighley? If money was no object, would you be doing the Game Awards? Would you be still trying to get all your Hollywood buddies to come together and rub shoulders? Would you be still trying to get Hideo Kojima to come out on stage for his next vague teaser? Would you? Because I don't think you would. I do think that Jeff Keighley is trying to find a way to monetize events in a way that at this point is becoming malicious. Just call it Winter Game Fest. Stop the awards or do the awards separate. Let people speak. Let people celebrate. Let people game. But that's just my 2 cents. Excuse my uppityness. I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to say I'm being pretentious or something like that. But you know what? I'll take any criticism. I'll take anybody that's mad at me for being mad at the Game Awards. I love the trailers. I love the reveals. But we're getting at a point where we deserve better. But that's just my thoughts. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. Oh man, God, it felt good to get this out of my system. This is the only time I've ever done this, where I filmed a video. I did that 4-hour stream, and then I made that video, and then I went almost immediately to bed, and then I woke up and immediately wrote this video and did this video. I don't think I've ever done a video back to back like this. It's been a weird experience. I don't think I want to do it again. I'm kind of brain fried. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.